What is going on, guys? Judo Sloth here and welcome to today's Clash of Clans video. The Falcon attack strategy at Town Hall 10 is amazing at the moment, guys. Valkyries for the 3 stars. We're going to show you a bunch of hand-picked attacks by Elite Gaming, but just before we start, a massive thank you to Nico from La Team GFX. You can see we have a brand new logo here on the channel. There he is, the Judo Sloth. So make sure to show him some love down in the comment section. Let me know what you think of the brand new logo. I think it is fantastic, and he is going to help out with some more artwork on the channel. Any of my French speaking viewers, make sure to go and check out his Discord. It will be linked down in the description of this video. Absolutely amazing work, and let me know what you think of that brand new logo. But let's get into today's video then. The Town Hall 10 Falcon. All of these attacks from Elite Gaming in our CWL war against Spartans Legacy. If you do want to join us, guys, our Discord link is on the screen there right now. But starting out with this one, Swiggle, coming in from the east of the base. I really like how he uses the king very early on here in order to help set that funnel alongside the wizard. Now with the Falcon attack, it really is getting them Valkyries into the center of the base. They tear it up, guys, and then it's using them back end troops as needed. But there are a few variations. We've set the funnel nicely with the baby dragon on the left, the king and the wizard over on the right, and then the queen is going to come in behind the Valkyries. The Valkyries are very fast. They tend to run in front, and the queen with them healers can come in behind and then clean up the rest of the base. Always good to throw some bowlers in there as well. As the Valkyries are chopping through walls, the bowlers can get in there, and as you can see, they have that second bounce as well, which is very, very helpful. Now do not forget the skeleton spell for the single target Inferno. They are very much the meta at the moment. They will shred through your Valkyries. It's important to see where they go. You can kind of funnel them through the base, but the Valkyries can kind of run off to one side of the base, as you can see here. That is where the back end troops come in. So we have Hog Riders in this example. The Bowlers and Valkyries are kind of over at the west side of the base here. We still have some defenses left. The Queen does have the healers. She's going to pick off a few more, but then in comes the Hog Riders. They are going to be here purely to take out these defenses. The Valkyries are kind of running wherever they want now, so the Hog Riders can come in order to take them out. Now it does depend on how things go within the base itself. If the Valkyries are tanking for the defenses, you can surgically bring the Hog Riders in. You kind of have to adjust on the fly a little bit as well, because the Valkyries can have a little bit of a mind of their own once you get them into the base themselves. But you will see that once you've set that funnel, you should be able to push the Valkyries where you want. Now this base, as you can see, it's kind of a long and narrow base. Everything is nice and compact on the inside there, so that's obviously very nice for the Valkyries. They're going to be able to do massive amounts of damage. Remember that they can get in between buildings in order to take them down. So set that funnel up, use the minimal amount of troops necessary. One bowler at the top does an amazing job to take out 2 buildings, whilst a few archers and a minion takes out a couple on the other side. Then in comes that queen with the healers. Again, that queen charge is very beneficial. The Valkyries run right the way ahead of her, so she does tend to help out towards the back end of the raid. No wall breakers needed necessarily with this, guys. The Valkyries are so powerful. Lead the rage spells. You will see, there goes the first rage spell. Granted, we break some wall breakers, but we do not need them necessarily. The Valkyries would have teared open that wall just as quick. As long as you lead them rage spells, the Valkyries will run into them, and it's basically a combination of rage and heal spells as they run through the base. Any kind of splash damage, the Valkyries are very susceptible, so giant bombs going off, as you can see there, that is then when you want that heal spell in to keep them alive. And look at how quickly the combination of Valkyries and bowlers have tore apart this base. It is pretty much done at this point. Now, as you can see, the Hog Riders came in order to take out the defenses at the south, where the Valkyries had kind of steered off a little bit. However, they are going to then move their way up to the north, because again, the Valkyries will kind of veer off in the middle of the base. They're not going to, you know, take out every single defense in kind of a natural way, very much like your, I don't know, your Lava Loon or your Hog Rider, your Surgical Hog Riders, but they're going to tear apart that base, guys, once you have them key principles in place. And as you can see, a bunch of Valkyries just cleaning up the outside. This attack is very fast as well. You don't necessarily have to worry about running out of time if you do it correctly. As you can see, the Valkyries running absolutely everywhere. Where on earth are they going? The good thing as well, when it gets down to cleanup, is that the Valkyries have kind of already opened up the base. They can run back the way through there in order to get to where they need to be. So we have 2 more replays for you. Again, it's a very popular strategy at Town Hall 10. I will bring you a video in the coming days with a few different strategies, kind of updating you on some of the top strategies for Town Hall 10. This very much being kind of right at the top there, to be honest. But I would say there's not really a standalone Town Hall 10 strategy. The Falcon is very impressive and very popular with a lot of clans, but so is Lava Loon, so is Hog Riders. The Bow Witch very much still in combination there with some base layouts that it can be acceptable with. So again, the funnel gets created on the right hand side of this base. Nice use to bring the bowlers and witches around the outside here. They're going to create that funnel, and because the air defense is kind of right at the back end of the base and there's quite a few point defense on the outside of the base, this little bowler witch combination is going to get massive value, whilst the Valkyries can kind of run through the base itself. Now, I'm pretty sure that he wanted that queen to follow around behind the Valkyries here. Not going to be the end of the world, because she is going to get, you know, a bit of value, especially towards the back end here. But you will see as the Valkyries come forward, leading them spells. As you can see, that heal spell very much helping to keep the Valkyries inside it as they move forward through the base. They do kind of split up a little bit, and that is where you can see they end up going down relatively quickly. Now, we didn't bring Hog Riders for this one, mainly because we had them 2 channels, if you will, the Queen on one side, the Bowlers and Witches on the other side, and the Bowlers and Witches are, you know, set to do the job that the Hog Riders are to do. They're taking out point defense on the outside of the base there, whilst the Valkyries come through the middle. And again, you do see this, guys. You do see that towards the back end of the base, there are plenty of defenses left. It's very much like the Bow Witch attack, where your queen with them healers, again, she's going to be, if she's in the base itself, behind the Valkyries. So she should be cleaning up after them. The Valkyries might not necessarily survive through the entire raid, however 99% of the time they most certainly will. Brilliant use of that skeleton spell, just to, I mean, just look at how it's tanking for that single inferno, and one little skeleton survived, but it was enough to tank through that entire beam of infernos. We have one more attack. Let's show you that one, guys, and then we will wrap up the video. So 4 Falcon attacks used at CWL level as well, guys. These bases are obviously very, very well designed. Spartans Legacy will have been testing these bases kind of the entire week leading up to this match, no doubt. And, you know, so if they can be taken down with the Falcon, a lot of other ones certainly will be as well. However, we digress. We have the baby dragon on one side of the base. Again, you guys know how much of a fan I am of the baby dragon in order to set that funnel. Utilizing that enraged bonus is just very well done in my opinion. We've already set the funnel with the king and wizards on the other side, kind of a sacrificial king on this one, and again we have the queen deciding to walk around the outside. Not the end of the world. The Valkyries are going to get majority of the base. It's often quite nice to get the queen in there just to kind of help snipe off them defenses when the Valkyries start going thin, but around the outside she's still going to get decent value. in come the Hog Riders to try and help protect that queen. She was starting to take a lot of damage, ability had been popped. We want her to have a little bit of time to heal up with the healers, so in come the Hog Riders alongside where the Valkyries were. But again, it's not to worry because it then helps to protect the Valkyries. They can then do the role that the Hog Riders would have had at the top here as they come around, so it's not going to be an issue. Again, you do tend to have defenses at the end of the base that you will get to that need to go down, but you have the queen with the healers, you have the Valkyries finishing off, you have the Hog Riders, just depends on how it rolls within the base. But that wraps it up for this one. I hope you have enjoyed it, guys. Make sure to leave a like if you have, and subscribe for lots more Clash of Clans. I've been your host, Judo Sloth, and until next time, peace out.